Hello, Bob. Dining alone?
Paul and Marie went to get newspapers.
Do you mind if I join you?
Oh, please, sit down.
May I ask what you're reading?
A History of the World.
The bestseller? I'm very impressed. Reading nonfiction over lunch? I hear that it's a very difficult book.
No, it's a pretty easy read. I can't put it down, actually.
A real page-turner, huh? Do you think I could borrow it when you're done?
Sure.
I usually prefer fiction myself. You know, thrillers, mysteries. There's nothing like curling up with a good science fiction novel, is there?
You read science fiction, too?
Don't tell anyone. Are you learning a lot from your book?
Yeah, I think so.
So, tell me what you're reading about right now.
This part is about Great Britain.
Really? Do you mind if I take a look?
Cheryl hates when I read comics.
Then I can understand why you can't put the book down. You think that I could borrow it then?
Well, I'm still reading this one, but I have another one I can loan you.
I meant this one.
Oh. Help yourself.
Look at this. The paper says that a tornado carried a woman for 300 miles, and she lived to tell about it.
I'm not sure if you know this, but that story isn't true.
It's in the paper. It must be true.
That paper is trash. I can't believe you're reading it.
What do you mean?
It's fiction. It's not news. Nothing in there is true. If you want real news, you have to read this paper.
That paper is boring. This one's much more interesting.
Woman gives birth to cow. Man builds house from bread. Baby with 2 heads? Come on, this is offensive.
Storm kills 100 in Texas. Train accident kills 5, injures more. Man kills wife and son. I'm sorry, but all that death and destruction is pretty offensive to me.
I know that these things happened, and I know that those didn't.
You don't know that. You just assume that it's true.
Let's ask Bob and Mr. Evans what paper they read. Never mind. Let's just read.
That sounds good to me. Look at this. A man with 4 legs.
Do you folks do a lot of reading?
She does.
I do particularly, yeah. I like to read novels and mystery stories, sometimes travel stories.
Do you buy books or do you get them from the library?
I buy books and I tend to trade them with friends.
How about books on tape?
I tried that. They put me to sleep.
So, novels. You like to read fiction. Who are some of your favorite authors?
Well, I just read Nick Hornby, How to Be Good, which was probably the funniest book I've ever read.
Would you say it's a real page-turner?
Absolutely. Absolutely. I mean, belly laughs on every page.
So do you read anything else, like newspapers or magazines?
I do read magazines, yes.
Yeah. Could you tell me, let's see, what sorts of magazines you like to read?
Fashion. I enjoy fashion. Details, actually.
How about how-to magazines? Do you ever buy magazines about home repair or cooking, for instance?
I buy my husband magazines on how-to magazines. He's the one that's good at fixing things and repair and even cooking.
How about newspapers? Do you read a newspaper?
The New York Times when I'm home.
Okay. And What part of the newspaper is most important to you?
The front page and Arts and Leisure.